What happens when the government shuts down? It's a question that seems to be on a lot of minds these days, as lawmakers scramble to prevent just such a scenario. Picture this, it's a week before January 19th, when funding for agriculture, energy and water, military construction and veterans affairs, transportation and housing programs will expire. The rest of the government's funding is set to follow suit on February 2nd. In an attempt to stave off a partial shutdown, congressional leaders are expected to release a stopgap measure, known as a continuing resolution, on Sunday. This would extend funding until March 1st for the agencies facing funding expiration later this week. The deal would then buy lawmakers until March 8th to fund the remaining agencies and services. But the road to this agreement has not been smooth. House Speaker Mike Johnson, a Republican from Louisiana, faced significant pressure from the right flank of House Republicans after he announced a spending deal alongside Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, a Democrat from New York, last week. This proposed spending package echoed the debt ceiling deal struck between former Speaker Kevin McCarthy, a Republican from California, and President Joe Biden, and totaled around $1.66 trillion. Despite calls from ultra-conservative lawmakers for deeper spending cuts, Johnson stood firm on Friday, stating that he wasn't backing out of the deal. This announcement came in the wake of a political uproar as some conservative House Republicans voted last year to oust McCarthy from the speakership for his collaboration with Democrats in avoiding a government shutdown. Now, some of these right-wing politicians are considering a motion to vacate, which could lead to a vote to oust Johnson. Others, however, seem to be holding back for now. The tension is high as the House and Senate must pass the stopgap measure before Friday at midnight to avoid a government shutdown. But what would a shutdown actually mean? It's quite simple, yet quite drastic. All officials and federal agencies not deemed essential would cease their work and close their doors. Thousands of federal employees would be furloughed. Essential federal workers, such as air traffic controllers and emergency personnel in national parks, would work without pay, though they would receive back pay once the shutdown ends. Government subcontractors, however, could be out of work and would not receive back pay. And the effects of a shutdown can ripple out to impact Americans who don't work for the federal government. Food assistance benefits could be delayed, and certain food safety inspections could be put on pause. In short, the potential for a government shutdown brings a flurry of activity from lawmakers, political tensions, and potential impacts on numerous sectors of society. It's a complex issue with many moving parts, and it's a situation we'll be watching closely as the week progresses.